Good morning. Good morning. I hope all is well with you. It's well with me. It's a great morning, feeling really good. I just want about maybe 5 minutes of your time. I don't want to speak for an hour, nothing like that. That's not my style, but sometimes I could kind of flow that way. I, I, oh, okay, man. Hey, I'm filming right now. Okay, that's all right. That's my son. He's working here with me today, Lauren. So y'all give a shout out to him. I'm going to talk about recognizing influence. I won't keep you on here long. Yesterday we talked about influence. We talked about how we may relate more to influence in the world or in the natural more than we relate to influence in the spirit. And those of us who are believers or followers of the divine way or followers of Christ, it's easy to say I'm influenced by God. But influence is seen in behavior, pace, and action. Influence is seen in behavior, pace, and action. When I need something, the need of that something will determine my behavior and my reaction time, my pace of life, my trust, and my action. And so, what are some things that would get immediate reaction from us? What are some things? Hold on just a minute. Your mom said hello. Oh, he has earphones on in the other office, Bridget. Um, what are some things that would get immediate reaction? So I wrote some things: family, health, finances, an opportunity to get more for a prevalent need. Those things will get you to move right away. Family, family, health, finances, and the opportunity to get more for a prevalent need. Those things will get us to move immediately. Though any of those things will get you, because that carries an influence with us. Those things influence our perspective. They've established a survival mentality that gets us to move almost immediately. If you touch the family, I gotta go. You can be at work and get a call. Something happens to mama. Something happened to my husband. Something happens to the kids. I gotta go. You understand? Health. The doctor called. You need to come to the office. I gotta go. Finances. Something's affecting job or opportunity. I gotta go. An opportunity to get more for a prevalent need. Now, people can call you while you're at work or at home, and we call them telemarketers. And telemarketers can call you, and they can say, "Hey, we got an opportunity for you. You could get more on this." And you can say, "Look, call me back. I'm not interested," because it requires you to give of your time and your money. They're offering you a deal, but you're going to have to give up some money. And if you're not in the mood to give up any money or any time, then you hang up. You say, "This is a waste call. This is telemarketers. Don't even pick it up." But anything that affects what you recognize as important to your life will get you to move. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Recognizing influence. Now, we're talking about supernatural development and creation, and how do we create from the divine mind? How do we create? Because a lot of times, as prophetic people and kingdom people, we can talk about, come to this meeting. I'm going to show you how to align your life. I'm going to show you prophetic demonstration. And you could hear these terminologies, and it seems to only turn on the people who are doing the teaching. But the people who are doing the listening, they may not recognize the imperative need for learning how to align your life. How many of you on the phone on this call right now have recognized your need for prophetic alignment? I need to know how to do that. I need to know how to think like God. How many of you right now could put thinking like God in the same wavelength as family, health, finances, and opportunity to get more for a prevalent need? If I say I want to show you how to create and allow atmospheres to follow you, you can say, "Okay." But how many of you have recognized the influence of what I just said? Does it carry the same weight as family, health, jobs, opportunity to get more for a prevalent need? Because those things will make you move right now. Family will make you move right now. Health will make you move right now. Finances will make you move right now. An opportunity to fulfill a need, an opportunity to get more to fulfill a need will make you move right now. But if someone says, come here, I want to show you how to think like God, Yvette, and then you will bring life under alignment, does that make you move right now? You see, like you say, Sherry says, yes, the mind of God is everything. But what would make you jump on it with the same intention as everything else? Will it make, and if you say, how much is it? And you say, well, it's this to be a part of it. Will the amount of what someone said to learn, is the amount of that more than the influence of something else? You follow me? Because family will make you move right now. Health will make you move right now. Finances will make you move right now. The opportunity to get more for a prevalent need will make you move right now. But is the kingdom strategist considered like a telemarketer? Something that's good but not necessary right now, because influence is something that will cause you to move right now. Whatever has influence over you will cause you to invest your deepest. It will shift time because it carries influence and not process. So you don't have to process family, health, finances, and the opportunity to get more. Raise your hand if you understand what I'm talking about. Because see, we have to determine what carries influence with us in order to establish the miraculous. The miraculous doesn't move on desperation and prayer alone. It functions on respect. The more I respect the thing, the more that respect determines my behavior for the thing. When my behavior is determined by that thing, it is influencing my perspective. And see, when we live and people have yet to recognize your influence, it means our life doesn't cause people to see what they would lose if we were not there. See, if you know what you will miss if I'm not around, that determines my importance. But if you could survive without me being around, then my influence isn't much. Influence is established when your absence will cause me to miss much. See, there is this word in the scripture, I believe Matthew 13:44. It says there was a treasure in the field that a man saw, and he wanted it with all his heart till he gave everything he had for that treasure. He not only bought the treasure, but he bought the field too, because he knew the absence of this thing would be more than anything in my life. See, influence is determined by the value of it in its absence. If I don't have it, my life is most hopeless. If I don't have it. See, we feel that way about family. We feel that way about our own health. We feel that way about our own job. And we feel that way about opportunities to get more for a need. So I'm asking you not a rhetorical question, but one of experience. See, a lot of times with Jesus, we're rhetorical. We say the right answers on paper, but experience determines everything. See, a lot of times with spiritual things, we always say the right answer. We say, I trust God. But when these things affect real life, you see how we lack in trusting. See, your confidence is not built on paper. It's established by experience. You understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of times everything is rhetorical in the kingdom. We say the right answers. We say the right things if we don't have to go through those things. We always say God is everything until we have to choose between God and family. We say God is everything until we have to choose between God and health. We say that God is everything until we have to choose between God and finance. We say God is everything until we have to choose between God and opportunity. God is always everything when we don't need it. It's as though God is everything if our life isn't on the line to choose between Him and what's dear to us. God is always dear to us when we are not pulled into an experience that will prove how we are. God is always king unless we're moved into an experience that touch our loneliness and our lifehood and our finance and our family and our decision. God is always the Lord until we're put into a decision where we're going to have to pick between what's a prevalent need and what's a spiritual need. See, there is a difference between a spiritual need and a human need, a prevalent need and a spiritual need. Most of our spiritual needs are rhetorical, and our human needs are reality. Sometimes there is a spiritual answer and then there is a human answer. And sometimes the kingdom wants to reestablish what our human answers are. There are spiritual answers that sometimes don't affect our human situation. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. There is a different type of answers. There are sexual answers, sensual answers, relational answers, job answers, financial answers, and then there's gospel answers. And it seems like the gospel answers don't affect the human situations we're in. You understand? And so and that's how we determine where's the influence. That's when we determine where is the influence in our life. Not the rhetorical, but what's the experiential. And see, Christ came to bring us into an experience of spirit, not a rhetorication of spirit, but the experience of spirit. Therefore, we can establish kingdom phenomena. We can walk on water. We can go through walls. We can create. So if you say, I want to know how to create, I want to open my mouth and I want to speak and I want to create a world, does that carry the same weight as family, health, finance, and opportunity to get more for a need? If I say God wants to show you how to align your life, we say, yeah, I want to know how to align it. But did you know when God aligns your life, he may leave some people out of it that you want in it? So we begin to lack trust and comfortability in that, because divine alignment, Undrai, divine alignment will leave out people that you've considered. When God aligns your life and brings everything in perfect balance, there is some luggage that he's going to intentionally forget, that you may be reminded of. And you may say, hold on, God, I got to pick up these last few pieces of luggage, when he intended to forget them. Can God forget what you're trying to remember? Hey guys, I don't want to be on here long. Can God forget what you are trying to remember? Can God forget people that you're trying to bring along? Can God forget baggages that you remembered? And then you say, I got to go back and get these. See, when God aligns your life, he intentionally forgets the things that you're reminded of. He forgets what you're trying to remember. He forgets to bring along those that mean something to you. Raise your hand if you understand what I'm saying. See, there is a difference between that. Do I really want to learn how to forget what God is forgetting? Do I really want to learn something that will allow God to forget everything I'm trying to remember? Do I really want to learn it, just like finances, health, and family and opportunities to get more? Raise your hand if you understand what I'm saying. See, we have to recognize influence. Influence is not just you hear how they speak. Now look at how I speak. You just don't want to hear me speak because I don't drive what they drive. Good morning, everybody. Influence is not just you not listening to me because I drive a Ford and you only listen to people who drive a Mercedes. It's not a matter about what car you drive. That's favoritism. But influence, let me hear you say influence. Come on, say it for me. Influence is can I recognize what I'm missing if it's gone? Influence affects behavior and pace. When you got to have it, your pace is affected. See, family will make you leave work. Health will make you leave work. But can learning how to align make you leave work? See, family will make you leave school. Health will make you leave school. Opportunities to get more for a need will make you say, hey, I got to go. I can't stay today. I got to take the week off. Is learning how to create from a divine perspective enough to make you take a week off of work? Will you take a week off of work? Instead of you being the one getting paid, you're the one doing the investing. Can you, being the one doing the investing, in learning how to align your life under the divine mind of God, does that affect pace? Or do you say, I can't take off right now? See, family will make you take off right now. Health will make you take off right now. Bridget, you understand what I'm talking about. When you recognize